Bloomberg allegations about the Malaysian Anti-Corruption Commission and whether it indicates corruption within the agency, based on verified reporting and credible sources. Overview: what Bloomberg reported. In February 2026, Bloomberg published an investigative feature alleging troubling conduct within the Malaysian Anti-Corruption Commission. Instead of portraying the Malaysian Anti-Corruption Commission as a staunch watchdog against graft, the report suggested certain elements within the agency may have engaged in questionable practices with external business interests. The central claim was that some Malaysian Anti-Corruption Commission officers, allegedly operating within a unit identified as Section D, were involved with a network of businessmen in schemes that appeared to shift corporate control of companies under investigation. In one case, this reportedly involved leveraging enforcement powers to pressure founders to resign or sell board seats to new investors after investigations began. Bloomberg described these business people as a so-called corporate mafia. These allegations are not trivial. If accurate, they imply misuse of an anti-corruption agency's powers for economic or political ends, rather than strictly law enforcement purposes. Specific allegations highlighted. 1. Corporate takeover tactics. Bloomberg's report identified situations in which individuals connected with Malaysian Anti-Corruption Commission investigations purportedly assisted new investors in acquiring significant influence in target companies after enforcement actions. According to former Malaysian Anti-Corruption Commission officials, cited anonymously, tactics included questioning executives in ways that indirectly created opportunities for external investors to negotiate board changes, using the authority of investigations as leverage for corporate restructuring, instances where some officers allegedly offered different levels of services, from routine questioning to more aggressive pressure tactics, to benefit certain actors. This raised concerns about whether the Malaysian Anti-Corruption Commission's investigative tools were being used legitimately or manipulated for private interests under cover of law enforcement. 2. Leadership complicity claims. Bloomberg's reporting suggested that senior management within the Malaysian Anti-Corruption Commission was aware of the questionable activities attributed to Section D and did not sufficiently restrain them. There were references, though not legally proven, to leadership making decisions that aligned with these controversial tactics rather than curbing them. The fact that the allegations implicate institutional culture and oversight, not just rogue operatives, amplified serious doubts about agency integrity. Official response and pushback. The Malaysian Anti-Corruption Commission's leadership has strongly denied wrongdoing and publicly rejected Bloomberg's claims. Chief Commissioner Azam Baki has labeled the Bloomberg reporting misleading and defamatory, asserting that the allegations were inaccurate and that he plans to pursue legal action against the news outlet for defamation. Azam has also said he was willing to welcome independent and transparent investigations into any alleged issues, framing the response as a defense of the agency's integrity, not an attempt to suppress scrutiny. Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim has publicly stated that there was no immediate need to suspend Azam despite mounting calls for accountability, signaling political backing for the anti-graft chief, at least in the short term. Public and institutional reaction. The Bloomberg report has triggered a wave of public debate and institutional reactions within Malaysia, calls for independent inquiry. Both civil society groups and professional bodies have demanded impartial investigations. Transparency International Malaysia stressed that the allegations must be independently verified to protect public confidence in the Malaysian Anti-Corruption Commission's integrity, emphasizing that mere denials are insufficient. The Malaysian Bar also urged a transparent, independent probe into how the allegations were handled and whether public trust has been eroded, insisting that the Commission's legitimacy depends on demonstrable accountability. Political pressure. Political factions opposed to the current government have called for stricter oversight. Some backbenchers from the Pakatan Harapan coalition have explicitly demanded Azam's suspension pending investigation, highlighting that concerns about leadership credibility extend beyond media narratives. The Malaysian Anti-Corruption Commission's track record, context matters. It would be misleading to assess the Bloomberg allegations without recognizing the broader track record and official functions of the Malaysian Anti-Corruption Commission. 1. Anti-graft operations continue. The Malaysian Anti-Corruption Commission regularly conducts high-profile anti-corruption investigations and asset recoveries. Between 2020 and 2025, the agency reported seizing and forfeiting over RM31 billion in corruption-related assets, and thousands of arrests and convictions were recorded, indicating significant enforcement capacity. In 2025, the Malaysian Anti-Corruption Commission also secured RM900 million in tax-related revenues and penalties in collaboration with other agencies. 2. Routine enforcement actions. The Malaysian Anti-Corruption Commission has pursued corruption cases involving low-level bribery, smuggling syndicates, and financial misconduct, such as remanding a customs officer for alleged bribery and dismantling loan approval syndicates. Why the allegations are significant. The Bloomberg claims are significant not because they conclusively prove corruption within the Malaysian Anti-Corruption Commission, but because they 1. Allege misuse of investigative authority for economic manipulation, a far more serious institutional breach than isolated acts of bribery. 2. Impugn leadership behavior, not just rank-and-file officers, suggesting the issue, if substantiated, would have systemic implications. 3. Fuel public distrust in Malaysian anti-corruption institutions, which already struggled with baggage from high-profile cases such as 1MDB. Unlike standard allegations of bribery or embezzlement, these claims portray the agency as potentially weaponizing its powers in ways that benefit certain economic actors, a scenario that strikes at the heart of institutional legitimacy. Challenges in verifying the allegations. It's important to note, Bloomberg's report is based largely on anonymous sources and internal accounts. There has been no judicial verdict confirming misuse of the Malaysian Anti-Corruption Commission's authority as described. The Malaysian Anti-Corruption Commission's denials and threats of defamation suits underscore that these remain allegations, not proven findings. Independent verification, such as a judicial inquiry or parliamentary oversight committee, would be necessary to clarify whether misconduct occurred and, if so, whether it was isolated or institutional. Implications for governance and reform. Whether or not the Bloomberg report is ultimately vindicated, the episode has broader implications for Malaysian governance. 1. Institutional integrity and trust. A key function of anti-corruption agencies is to cultivate public trust. Allegations of internal corruption, even unproven, can significantly weaken that trust, making citizens less inclined to support anti-graft efforts. 2. Need for stronger oversight. Civil society and professional bodies are calling for reforms such as independent oversight mechanisms, clearer rules on conflict of interest for anti-corruption officials, transparency measures for investigations and asset declarations. These reforms are intended to strengthen accountability and prevent perception or reality of misuse of powers. 3. Political dynamics. How the government responds, whether by commission of inquiry, parliamentary scrutiny, or reforms, will signal its commitment to genuine anti-corruption efforts. Weak responses risk reinforcing a narrative that institutions are subordinated to political interests. Conclusion. Is the Malaysian Anti-Corruption Commission corrupt? At present, the answer depends on distinguishing between allegations and verified misconduct. Allegations by Bloomberg are significant and serious, alleging misuse of investigative authority and potential collusion with private actors, claims that go far beyond routine corruption cases. No court or independent inquiry has yet confirmed actual corruption within the Malaysian Anti-Corruption Commission as alleged. Its leadership denies wrongdoing and vows legal action. The episode has nonetheless triggered public debate, institutional scrutiny, and calls for reform, which in itself is a healthy sign of democratic accountability, even if the underlying allegations are not proven. In sum, the Bloomberg report has raised credible public concern about the Malaysian Anti-Corruption Commission's conduct and governance, but has not legally established that the commission as a whole is corrupt. The outcome of ongoing investigations, oversight reviews, and potential independent inquiries will be decisive in determining whether these allegations reflect isolated misconduct or deeper institutional issues.
Don't forget to hit that subscribe button to show your support.